Doug, first off, I just want to say all those Patreons you just named right there, they are all
Well,
my MFTs.
those aren't just members. Or those are tribal chief
Not
members. So
Patreons, the YouTube, right?
Well, it's a mixture. So if you have a tribal chief membership on the Patreon or the YouTube channel, either YouTube channel, then you get a shout out. But I don't know, man. It's weird. It's hard to keep track of it all. To be honest, I probably left some names, and I gotta like once a week I go through and I like write them all down and shit. So I don't know. I'm figuring this all out kind of as I go, as far as like how it all works. But if you're a tribal chief on anything at all, you fucking get a shout out as a tribal chief on the show. And I still don't have an acknowledge you on the fucking soundboard, dude, which I gotta get for the listeners. But
I can get it.
Yeah.
Well, as I was saying, all of the tribal chiefs, they are my personal MFTs. So shout out to my personal
MFT. So speaking of MFT hairline, well, what were you up to? Were you just touring around? What the hell were you doing?
Oh yeah, it's been right. The big fucking hiatus. Man, it's been like 6 episodes, huh? Fucking ridiculous. I've missed you guys.
Yeah, I don't even know, man. It's been like a shitload because like, oh man, I've been doing 2 live shows a week, and then also like yeah, man, I don't know, dude. I tried to get a debate going over this Cornette controversy with the whole like, because there was he had the thumbnail with like Swerve and Meet Joe Black and the Q-tip on it, and then everyone was going crazy on Twitter, and I was like, let me set up a debate, and no one was trying to like do that. Everyone was just so then I haven't done an episode of PWT in like 2 fucking weeks because of that fell through, and then I've just been like, well, fuck it, we're going live. So it's like, I don't know, man. This is episode 61. We ain't done this together in a goddamn grip, so it's good. It's good for episode 61. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I'm happy to be back, man. But yeah, just real life was
the RSS feed is thirsty, dude. The RSS feed is thirsty for some content. Have you been keeping up with the Graps? Hairline?
What do you mean by the Graps?
You know, the Graps, dude. Hot girl Graps. Maybe you're into AEW. Have you been watching WWE? Have you been watching you keeping up with anything? Cruel and Jonathan Gresham over in TNA. You keeping up with what Jonathan Gresham's doing?
I definitely I've been wanting to catch TNA since I heard Broken Matt Hardy's been back, but outside of that, I've just been basically watching WWE and AEW.
Broken Matt Hardy's teaming up with like Ryan Nemeth and Nick Nemeth and shit, bruv.
Yeah, I don't know, man. He's like a single reason to tune in despite them dropping.
Yeah, everybody, a lot of people I know have been clowning on it. I don't know. Matt Hardy's a vet. He's allowed to do what he wants. I would just love to see him training tag teams in NXT. I've said it.
Especially after those 80 chair shots to the head from Sammy, you know?
No doubt, man. No doubt. Yeah. So, well, we were just talking about, you know, on the road and whatnot. And, you know, I like to kick off the show with something, you know, bright and some levity, as you will. So Becca Forever dropped a new track. Ooh. And it's called You Ain't Cute. Oh, buddy, BECCA with a 3 because she's cool.
It's Becca, bitch.
Becca, bitch.
Okay, it's Becca, bitch. Is that Kelly?
She's the god of piss. Well, I'm the god of pop. My only wish is for her to stop. I got so many hits that I won't ever drop. You're so envious because I'm at the top. You ain't cute. I'm not like you. Your days are through. I thought you knew.
I thought you knew, hairline. Let's go.
It's all Steph Delander's fault. This is completely Steph Delander's fault. Look at the fucking worm fucking hole she opened with that one.
Oh, she dropped a new John, man. We had to play it. 96 views, guys. Go run those views up, PWT listeners.
Yeah, right. Shout out to us there, huh?
The top comment, someone says, I miss Joey Ryan. Come on, dude. What the fuck?
Is she battle rapping against that Joshi girl that dances? that teams with Nick Gage every once in a while? Is that what's going on here?
I'm not even entirely sure, but
because she said something about the Queen of Piss, and I'm pretty sure that was her stick.
Oh, is that? Yeah, because she just does this to get heat. People are like, why do you play that? I'm like, because I like SDL and I like fucking Becca with a 3 because she's cool. Okay, get it right, get it tight.
She from? My God, I'm so out of the loop.
I have no idea. I don't even know, dude. She's just from that one music video, and now I play her songs every time she drops a new track. We play it on PWT. Yeah.
PWT. Yeah, same.
So we were talking about Jim Cornette. He's trending right now, currently as we speak, and it's for a reason. I have to pull this shit up. I can't find it now. I lost it here. Samantha Irvin, Jim Cornette. So basically what happened was he was trending because of this thumbnail.
I want to talk about Samantha Irvin.
Right. Well, he was trending because there was this thumbnail about Swerve or whatever, and everyone's like, Jim Cornette's a racist, da 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 da. And I just wanted people to debate it. You know what I mean? And then I was going to moderate it.
Let's do it.
Well, I don't even have I didn't see it till everyone was already outraged. And then to me, it's just like, okay,
right.
You got to be smart in this. So Jim Cornette, this is my opinion on it. Jim Cornette has had enough instances of questionable, not racism, but like racial, him leaning into that, or just being like ignorant to what would perhaps trigger people to evoke that emotion out of them, or to just be ignorant as to like what would constitute. So to me, I say where there's smoke, there's fire, but I don't want to go full on. I don't believe in my heart he hates anyone because of the color of their skin. So for that, he's not a racist, but I think it is incredibly, either he knows what he's doing, either the thumbnail guy knew what he's doing, and he's leaning into it, or someone's completely incompetent. It has to be one of the two, because there's too many instances of Jim with questionable behavior like that. So I see it from the perspective of people going, all right, I'm done. Like, yeah, it's enough. Where there's smoke, there's fire. I can see that perspective, but I also see the people, and that's why I wanted the debate. I never go, oh, we're going to debate this. I just talk about things and give my opinion. But I really, on this issue, I really saw both sides of it, because I saw the people defending him too. Because if you do listen to Cornette, he calls the one guy a Q-tip, right? But then it's a Q-tip and Swerve and a gorilla. And then people associate. So like me, I don't associate monkeys and gorillas with fucking black people, if that's what they're insinuating Jim did. Right. But that's what people do today in 2024. I've seen it before. So because I don't do that, it's not like I can just go, well, people don't do that at all. No, like I don't know. I don't poll people and go, hey, do you associate? I don't know, but it's something that people have been outraged for in the past. But even though Jim was the gorilla, but then also the cotton swab people were like, it's a cotton swab. And then people are sitting there arguing on X semantics about, oh no, a Q-tip's not a cotton swab. It's like, yes, motherfucker, it is. Like like Coca-Cola's a Coke, but it's a soda. You know, like Q-tip's the brand name. Like a fucking Q-tip is a cotton swab. So like now we're in arguments about what a fucking cotton swab is, bro. It got so ridiculous, and I was like, okay, let's have both perspectives, discuss it. Or I think the word debate threw people off. Like, I think
that would have been cool.
In a way, like, oh shit, we would have, like, I just want two people. I don't care about ethnicity or anything like that. Just two people on both sides of it. Let's hear what they got to fucking say. And nobody really wanted to take it up in good faith. I hate that term, but that's the term I'll use. And so it just didn't happen, and it fell through. And then, the podcast rather, but then Jim was trending because of that. What's your opinion on that thumbnail? And yeah, just give me your thoughts on all of that, basically.
If we weren't so tight for time, I'd have you play the clip where Jim addresses this.
Right. Yeah. I'm not going to play like his whole 20-minute shit, but I do have some clips here that I'm going to play in regard to what we're talking about. But the Swerve thing, though, just because this is old news, the Swerve thing is old news. Like, this bleeds into the Samantha Irvin thing. So, yeah, just your thoughts. Like, what did Jim have to say about it, and what's your opinion on it, I guess?
Well, Jim's the gorilla, so, like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I will start here with art is up to the artist eye, you know what I'm saying, or the interpretation of the seer, I guess, is what I'm going for. Art is interpretational, and subjective. So I can't, like, I'm seeing something different than from what you're seeing versus yada yada yada.
Right.
But I didn't personally see a problem there, and as a listener to the experience in the drive-thru and whatnot, it's all like he's been saying Q-tip for
about Kyle Fletcher. And here's the thing, like, Jim didn't make the thumbnail, but then here's the other thing, is that to play devil's advocate, or not even devil's advocate, just to get, I'm just giving both sides of it here. He when I personally, I listen to Jim, I just listen to clips, and a lot of times I'm not even looking at the screen, but I didn't even realize it till people were freaking out about it either. I was like, oh shit, I guess that is kind of, especially just like in 2025. I don't know, I don't know. So you got to be more aware of that, though. So to me, I go, God damn, Jim, he's had so many, like, towing the line to where, and people pointed it out, he knows what he's doing. And it's like, maybe he is leaning into that because he knows people will get outraged and go, he's racist. Because as far as like canceling Jim, you can't cancel him. He just works for himself. So how are you going to cancel the man, So,
boy.
So he doesn't care about if you think he may be towing the line or whatever, right? And that, I think it's more of that. I think it's him just sort of being spicy in his thumbnail artist, or he's incredibly fucking ignorant. Because someone else pointed out, they were like, listen, but Meet Joe Black, like, that's an old ass, super out of touch, dated reference. But the thing is like, Jim and the majority of people who listen to him are older, dude. So it's like, they're like 45 years old and shit. So it's like, they know what Meet Joe Black is. Like, I know what it is. And I was fucking born in 1991 and I know what it is. So
spoilers.
Yeah. Spoilers. Yeah. So anyways, though, this leads into Jim trending now because obviously, narratives have been pushed and people are now creating and pushing other narratives, etc., as the IWC does. And here is so Samantha Irvin. See, here's the thing. Jim Cornette's always criticized and trashed Samantha Irvin. Okay. And then now all of a sudden he's putting her over. Well, a clip from, not even just a clip, it's there is a clip of it that not Sam Roberts dropped 3 days ago, but this event took place way before. So Samantha Irvin like put Jim over like a couple few weeks ago on the Not Sam show, and then now all of a sudden Cornette's putting her over on his show. And
good.
Well, good, yeah, but he was burying her before. So I just thought that should be pointed out, because there's a lot of people online, they're like, oh, look, Jim is putting Samantha over, and it just, for no reason, it blew, because she's a black woman, obviously, but it just blew people, like the IWC, up. It blew people's minds. Everyone's going crazy now. There's arguing. There's all these crazy IWC tweets. So I just wanted to talk about it. And here I have a clip to play for you, my good friend. Let me see. So here is Samantha Irvin on Not Sam putting over. Now, guys, this clip is from 3 days ago. Jim's clip is from 23 hours ago. People say,
this is gonna be fun.
People have said, well, Phil, Jim recorded his episode days ago, so he actually put her over before this clip came out. Yeah, but Samantha Irvin was on this show. Like, here's a clip from 5 days ago. If you find the full interview, Samantha Irvin was on Not Sam like 2 weeks ago or some shit, or it was like leading up to, or it was like right after Mania or something, right? So this was like, this got, what I'm saying is this got around to Jim. Now he's all of a sudden putting her over. Maybe. Good. Right? Conspiracy theory. That's my X-Files.
Shit, hit it.
But also, I'm glad that he's putting her over because he should be. She's great. She's tremendous.
Can I say something here before we start? One of the things I wanted to address here, man, is like over the past like month since Mania, is like I've just read the most ridiculous fucking like just hate towards her and like just people shitting on her on the internet.
Coping insanity. Coping insanity.
Dude, it's fucking nuts. Because honestly, man, I would probably consider like the second greatest fucking announcer of all time, in my opinion. But I don't know. I'm just like, it's just like the way they're coping with all that shit, dude. And it's all like announcers who haven't made it. You know what I'm saying? It's all like, I don't see you announcing for the WWE, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Right.
And lastly, I think it's super fucking dope that she doesn't like get the endings fed to her, so she's naturally reacting and whatnot.
Yeah, like her call at Mania was fucking brilliant, dude.
Cornette doesn't like me.
Jim Cornette does not like you.
I shouldn't have said that.
No, probably not. She said HBK walked into your tryout.
Yes, he did.
Were you a fan growing up?
That's my ex. Because when I was 7, you couldn't tell me that was not my man.
Damn, she loved HBK, sexy boy. So she talks about Jim Cornette here.
Like that Ricochet.
Yeah, goddamn. Ricochet's like, come on.
For real.
Yeah. So did you have a favorite Shawn Michaels match growing up? Or was it just the sort of entity that he was?
I always drop the Royal Rumbles, 95 and 96 are my favorites. I know, don't play Jose like that.
I know.
This shit.
Terrible.
This guy's a legend.
Just terrible.
Right. Move over.
Yeah.
Terrible guys. Terrible guy.
Really.
But he got what was coming to him.
Well,
Shawn got his title back.
Look, Jim Cornette doesn't like me.
Jim Cornette does not like you.
I shouldn't have said that.
No, probably not. He does not like you?
That's what I've heard.
Oh.
But it's his fault that I'm this way. I think he thinks that I'm too much. That's what I've heard. But I grew up watching him. I blame him fully.
I mean,
dude, she was inspired by Corny, bro. Like she just put him over huge. Crazy. But like, here's the thing. He was hating on her until she said this shit. I didn't hear. You guys are gonna get my real reaction, Phil's real reaction on Jim's comments, because I didn't listen to it yet.
Jim Cornette was a lot.
He was a lot. And now I'm a lot. And I grew up watching him, so it's absolutely his fault.
Yeah, he had that tennis racket, the bright jackets and everything. Screaming all the time.
All the time.
Right.
Yep.
You're putting on a show.
Yep.
That's what this is. It's show business.
It's showbiz.
I get it.
I love how like AEW fucking shuns him and like fucking WWE's been putting him over here lately with her and like Adam Pearce with his jacket and whatnot. Fuck yeah.
Adam Pearce fucking blocked me, dude, on X. I have no idea why. No clue why. You're always
guess what? He can fuck off.
Dude, you're always trashing him.
Want to know why? Yeah, there you go.
And I'm always like, nah, dude, come on. At least he's
and you're connected to me. Listen, honestly, my bad. But isn't that a trip that Adam Pearce is like listening to us and shit? What the fuck, man?
Dude, that's crazy.
It is fucking crazy, right?
Everyone's listening.
My bad.
To PWT,
Adam,
bro,
nice jacket, bud.
Yeah, nice dude. Adam Pearce, I love you. Are you still listening, dude? I've always put you over. I've always been like, bruv. So then Adam Pearce is wearing a jacket. Everyone's freaking out. Oh, Adam Pearce knowingly dressed like Jim Cornette. It couldn't be because fucking he's representing Raw in this draft and Nick Aldis is wearing all these swaggy blue suits. You know?
Nick Aldis is so good.
Dude, and then Pearce has to step it up. Yeah, dude. So here's Cornette's, I guess, response or him putting over Samantha Irvin here. So let's listen to this.
The next match that was going to try to follow this chaos, well, that's where they stuck the women's three-way. And everybody, I don't like the three-ways most of the time, whether it's men or women. They did one right the other day. And otherwise, I like Bailey. I'd like to see her against Tiffany one-on-one maybe. I'm willing to give Tiffany a chance. I'm not sold on the glowworm here.
The glowworm, yeah. They're all so over, man. WWE's women are just ridiculous right now, dude. Every division,
so
NXT, Raw, SmackDown, yeah,
all of it.
It's just
Trick
operating
Williams.
on another level, bro. Yeah, like come on, Trick
Willy Wonka day.
Trick beat an AEW in the ratings with an overrun. Trick did, bro.
Oh no,
On
I
NXT, bro.
it.
So
I announced it, so you should probably pre-record because I announced it. Get it? Yeah, it's great.
But but basically that's what happened is that Bayley and Naomi eliminated Tiffany from competition with a double team move, and then Bayley and Naomi got in a fight for 15 seconds, and Bayley hooked her 1, 2, 3. But I will say, coming good out of this match, Brian, and maybe this is something we can discuss, Samantha Irvin has sold me, or won me, or bought me, or she's got me in her camp.
Yeah, now, like, I don't believe that people should be shamed because they weren't hip to it right away, man. Things have to win you over. Like, I hated Damage Control forever, and now Bayley and Damage Control are super over with me. So, things can win people over. Now, is it because I was X-Filesing and throwing out the conspiracy because I was listening to Not Sam before and no one else was bringing up that point? That's why I brought it to the table. And maybe that is why he did. Maybe he did hear about it. But at the same time, she's fucking really, really, really good. And even the best in the business, Michael Buffer and Bruce Buffer, they've all put her over, dude.
Second best of all time, in my opinion.
Who's number one? It's got to be Fink, right?
Yeah, obviously.
It's Finkel, bro. He's too good. Yeah. Like he was the unreal. Obviously. Yeah,
right.
Buying you, I'll tell you.
Well, whatever the term is, I'm a Samantha Irvin fan now. The inflections, the facials, she's standing there. She's doing a good job. I wanted to praise her there.
They're presenting her really well. They're making her almost an attraction. And also, from what I understand, I guess the previous regime had her tone down a lot of her, I don't know what you want to call it, exuberance, her personality as a ring announcer, whatever you want to call it.
They had her stop doing the Chelsea Green shit.
Yeah.
Down,
which was stupid.
Now they're letting her,
it was super dumb,
her get into it. And the other thing I told you before, apparently she doesn't know the results to any match. So when she's sitting at ringside, she gets invested in this stuff because she doesn't know what's going to happen. She wants it that way.
Yeah,
that's how it should be, because Bruce Buffer in the UFC doesn't know who's going to win any fight until they give him the scorecard to read it, and then he's the only one who knows who wins the fight. You know what I mean? Like, until he announces it, but that's only when a fight goes to a decision. If it's a knockout or it's a submission, Bruce Buffer doesn't know who's going to win. You know what I mean? It just happens. Then he goes, and the winner by knockout. So that's what Samantha Irvin should be doing. So, yeah, man.
It's just so cringe how many people are hating on her.
Well, wait till we get into it. We're going to get into the IWC here in a sec.
She's great.
Fucking hate it.
Well, and she's got the Beatles tattooed on her arm. She's great.
They're crazy if they were trying to tell her to tone it down, because she comes off doing this more like the Bruce Buffer, the good Buffer in the family, the Bruce Buffer type of introduction. And
you got the Cornette cosign.
But anyway, I got that out of the women's three-way. What else did I miss?
There was a women's tag match.
Man.
Yeah, so
retire.
You can you can guess though, dude. The IWC and Cornette's trending right now as we speak. So is Meltzer, so is Tama Tonga, and so is Logan Paul. So there's shit going down. So we're about to go down, and we're gonna freestyle here on this 61st episode of Pro Wrestle Times podcast.
It's good to be back, man.
So here's at Vic 8122 _ 8122. Okay. I'm trying to get So these aren't even my bookmarks, folks. These are just, and now Punk's trending. See, it just updated.
Live reaction.
Yeah, Punk's trending now. It just updated. So we're going.
So
we're going live. Yeah. So Vic at Vic8122, a good follow, follows PWT. Yeah, you already knew the responses to Samantha Irvin thanking Jim Cornette were going to be nasty, but damn. So here are some people. So Samantha Irvin on X responded to Jim and said, sorry, let me just pull this up. So Samantha Irvin responded to Jim and said, I appreciate this very much. Thank you, Jim Cornette. And then she posted the link. This guy, Lena is all elite. Monet bankrupt. So it's a Mercedes Monet fucking AEW bot account. And they say, I knew you was a stupid bitch when I seen them fake ass tears announcing Cody winning his first world title at the age of 40. Oh my god. What
world title do you have,
buddy? And he's a fucking Monet bot account with all elite in his name. Like, oh my, calling her a bitch. Here's another one. No hose Eric. Being an apologist for a racist, but he's too pussy to even write racist, and then thanking the bottom barrel of scum. I expect this from Phil Brooks, not from the worst announcer I've ever heard. Heartbroken. So why are you heartbroken if she's the worst announcer you've ever heard, dude?
Yeah, no. And why is this guy shooting on your fucking wrestling character from the fucking PlayStation game?
Yeah, dude. What the fuck, man? What did I do?
What the fuck? Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, this guy, listen, Eric No Hose fucking PWT confirmed.
It's so nuts. And then he's like, not the worst announcer I've ever heard. Heartbreak. It's like, well, if she's the worst, then why are you heartbroken? You guys, these people, they're just bots. Like, it's just Tony Khan's burners. You know what I mean? It's whoever. Right. So at DC Recepit 1986, I knew she was fucking annoying. Get blocked. Well, no, we gotta let people know who these dummies are. Dude. I knew she was fucking annoying. Get blocked. Bro, this guy. Like, how are you mad? This is so funny, bro.
Click on his profile.
I can't. These are screen grabs. You think we're gonna give these people clout like that? So this guy named Kyle.
We are crazy how some clout.
Crazy how fast I just lost all my respect for her. People will cancel other wrestlers all day long, but people are still being nice to this racist asshole man. I don't get it. Yeah, Kyle, you don't get it, bro. And a Sting profile pic. He's obviously an AEW's Uber fan. I quote tweeted this. I X'd out. I was like, man, I was just like, yeah, I don't know. There's no one more accepting of women than AEW superfans. Did you hear about we'll talk about that after. So Triple H's thoughts, who's at Triple HHH Paul L. Used to be Vince McMahon's thoughts, but you got to change that up. This is a really good dude here. He says Adam Pearce likes Cornette. Attack him for being a horrible person. Samantha Irvin thanks Cornette for the kind words. Verbally assail her and her character and say she sucks at her job. Morally superior wrestling fans must spew as much hate and vileness at them as possible. Also, let's see what Tony Khan thinks of Cornette. So, folks, here's what Tony Khan thinks of Jim Cornette. You all elite.
This is gonna be good.
Including Jim Cornette, one of the more vocal critics, but at times also.
Oh, you just hate AEW. Oh, Phil, you just hate AEW. Bro, because of my live shows every Wednesday, I've gotten more people watching AEW who would have never even turned it on in the fucking first place, you dummies.
Including Jim Cornette, one of the more vocal critics, but at times also a lot of what he says is very fair, and I appreciate the positive stuff. And certainly he was a mentor in my wrestling watching before he knew what he was doing as a disseminating information and his philosophies. I learned a lot. So those are great examples of people who can say whatever they want about AEW, Ring of Honor, me, whatever they want in pro wrestling.
Jim Cornette's a great example of somebody who can say whatever he wants about pro wrestling and me and Ring of Honor and blah 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 blah.
Wrestling fans watch the wrestling program. As somebody I look up to said, wrestling fans watch the wrestling program to see the wrestlers wrestle. And even if I don't always follow everything he says or haven't always made him happy, that is probably the person I learned the most about.
Yeah, Tony, they watch to make the wrestlers wrestle. God damn it. It's the stupidity fucking befuddles me. So, yes, they want to see wrestlers wrestle. Absolutely. But there is a happy medium. So go watch a SmackDown. That's the perfect medium of like matches mixed with getting the stories over so that we can have fucking 30-minute long matches on the pay-per-view that actually mean shit. Like that's the medium. Vince was doing too much of the recaps and the replays and the goofy pie in the face bullshit. You know? Tony's just going too far the other way where it's just wrestle, no meaning. And then when he does go, well, there's a ranking system. Then he doesn't follow the ranking system. So like you're not even actually listening to Cornette, what Cornette's been saying this whole goddamn time. Motherfucker.
About the wrestling business from, and I don't think he would probably take a lot of credit for me as his protege, but the fact is he's right about that.
To be fair to him, these are his opinions. He says what he thinks. And there's stuff on the shows he's liked before, and there's stuff he hasn't liked. And I think it's still like that. He's not saying he loves everything on the show, but you know, he acknowledged a lot of great stuff that's happened. What really tickled me and I thought was very cool.
Oh yeah, tickled. I love it.
Was his line about CM Punk's arrival, about his debut appearance in AEW on the first dance. And I'll never forget it. His exact quote was, well, it wasn't what I would have done. It was a lot better. It was perfect.
See, and that's why like Cornette's not just like being disingenuous either with his criticisms of AEW, because he like exactly he said that you know, the booking of the CM Punk thing I thought was perfect as well, you know, and like it was great. It was great. And so Cornette, he does put shit over that's good, and he buries WWE all the time too. It's just people aren't outraged, and WWE's not such a laughing stock that like it's funny to clown on AEW, dude, because it's such a laughing stock now. It's almost like a parody of wrestling. It's like Brendan Schaub to comedians. You know, you just roast it because that's the thing to do. It's just what's funny. It's not even like bullying either, because it's like you're a billionaire with making a bunch of people millionaires. Rio's getting paid $400,000 a year. She wrestled.
It's insane.
Yeah, she came out and said it, dude. $400K a year. She's wrestled like 10 times in fucking AEW in the last year, right? It's like you're getting paid like $40,000 a match. Riho, like that's insane, dude. Rhea Ripley is like, are you kidding me?
Perfect. I thought that was awesome. And you know, the Forbidden Door is something that is an important part of AEW.
See, and then Tony used to go on Busted Open, but now he doesn't. And now all of a sudden he's bitter, and you see Dax Harwood talking shit about old podcasters, meaning Jim Cornette and Eric Bischoff and shit. And us. Well, we're not old, bro. I'm not fucking Cornette's age. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, I'm 78.
So, but like now, as soon as Busted Open gets real about AEW, Tony doesn't want to fucking go on that show anymore. He's abandoned it.
The ability to bring in stars from the outside, or our stars traveling to other promotions, winning titles, putting on dream matches. It's very cool, but it's not a completely new concept, the idea of companies working together. And that's something I learned listening to him. And there's just a lot about wrestling history that he knows and he's put into the world. And I think a lot of us don't necessarily agree with all of his opinions. And clearly he doesn't agree with everything he sees on our show. But he's got a lot of fans for a reason. And it's cool to see he's really enjoying some of the stuff he sees on the shows. And I don't think anybody can argue with his success. He's an intelligent person. And look, we're doing great.
We're doing great. So you guys, like, there you go, right there, from the horse's mouse as well, from the horse's mouse. So we have Just Alex Central. He says Jim Cornette uploads a video with a questionable thumbnail. Toxic fans, fuck you, Jim, you're a racist. Jim Cornette shows support for Swerve Strickland and Samantha Irvin. Samantha says thanks to Jim. Toxic fans, fuck you, Sam, he's a racist. You'll have serious issues. Y'all have serious issues. Okay, I think you have an issue, but fucking stupid. Yeah, shut up. Cornette as a person mostly sucks these days. It's also okay for somebody to thank him for appreciating their work. Both can be valid. Exactly.
Immediate contradiction.
Jim Cornette's thoughts on Samantha Irvin. Okay, yeah, we just went over those. Now Cornette is trending for checks notes praising Samantha Irvin. Finally, the IWC can be completely sane about multiple tweets mad at Irvin, including direct insults for thanking him. Oh, for fuck's sakes.
The paper.
Man.
Internet fucking sucks.
Yeah, these people going, these posts sicken me to my core. I don't know, man. So it's just all really silly. I just people got to calm the fuck down, and shout out to Irvin, and I guess shout out Jim Cornette as well. You know what I mean? Like fucking they come together. I love them both. I ain't hating on either of these motherfuckers. So, do you want to talk about?
I know what time it is.
Well, do you want to get into?
Want to talk about?
Well, what do you want to talk about?
Boom.
Hairline. I'm asking you. What do you want to talk about? You want Phil Marks, bookmarks, or you want the King and Queen of the Ring?
What I really want is that flute. If I had a choice.
If you had the choice, dude, he wants that fucking flute. Okay. Well, let's dive into Phil Marks bookmarks here. Phil Marks bookmarks.
So the flute is within the bookmarks.
So we're gonna talk about it in just a minute. What?
We should definitely interview Dave Schmeltzer sometime.
So speaking, yeah, dude. Earlier in the show, we were talking about JD from NY and how he's doing. JD from NY is just doing Phil Marks's gimmick now, doing my whole shtick. No, just kidding. No, dude. The thing with JD was
Does he have a hairline?
I don't know, but he got triggered like way back in the day, blocked me out of nowhere when like. I didn't even really go at him. I don't even know what I said. I think maybe like I disagree, or maybe it's because I was like hating on AEW type shit, or that's the way people perceived it. And then now he's saying the exact same things I say all the time. Like the last few weeks, he's saying shit I was saying 7 months ago, a year ago. And now this motherfucker's coming around, and it's like, well, JD, unblock me. Let's fucking, I'll come on your shit. Let's do it. You want to talk about it? Let's do it, bro. Yeah, come on. You come on the pod. I'll come on your shit. Let's do it. Like, let's talk about it, because we're not burying shit. Like, we got to be critical of this shit if it's going to get better, dude. And there's like, you know, the media, if you will, are all mad at, because there's two types of media. There's like what me and like Marv are doing, and like there's these like Wrestling Soup does this as well, pretty well, and there's these Pro Wrestle Bits is starting to come, or not starting to come up, way like Alfred Konuwa, but there's all these other channels that are starting to come up similar to that as well, Pro Wrestle Bits and all these channels. And then there's like the traditional, like all the UK top 10 list guys, and then they're trying to break news all the time. And then there's like the dirt sheet, Meltzer, those guys, right? And so the media is like those guys all from the past, like all of the UK guys and the Wrestle Talk TV and the Cultaholic, they're all doing this thing where they're sort of like, they're like towing the line. They're very biased. They're like doing the news, but they're trying to put their like biases into it. And then you have like the media, like, you know, PW Insider that Triple H went at, and Fightful were all melting down over what Triple H said at that press conference. And then you have the Meltzers constantly coping and melting down. And like they're trying to be news, but then they just get caught making shit up or embellishing things, or they know everything, but they don't know when Tama Tonga is going to show up. No one knew Tongaloa was going to be there. Everyone's talking about Jacob Fatu. All of a sudden Tongaloa shows up. Where were the dirt sheets on that? All of a sudden Dave has insight and knows the info on the No, you don't. You know, like you're so full of shit.
Shut up, dude.
Yeah. And so now there's like this new wave where we are like doing SNL. Like I'm doing Weekend Update, bro. Like I'm commenting on these motherfuckers. I'm doing like we're cracking jokes. You know what I mean? We're doing roundtables. We're doing Friday night fights, like shit that goes on, like shit that's been going on in the movie and comic book YouTube sphere for years. You know, shows like PWT and Toonie Talk Wrestling are now like bringing that to the forefront, and Pro Wrestle Bits, like as far as Alfred Konuwa, who takes like his stand-up sort of like that Andrew Schultz approach to like pro wrestling YouTube videos and bits and skits and shit. We're creating like this whole new wave of like of a way to talk about and cover fucking wrestling, and to do it in more of just like a, people do get news from us, but we're not going to sit here and pretend like, oh, we're telling you the news and here's why my opinion, Glenn Jacobson is a Republican
it's
now. But it's
us reacting to the news.
Yeah, it's just reactions. Like, this is old YouTuber. Like, YouTubers have already been doing this for fucking years, and it's like, I just want to kick that door down in pro wrestling, like the red bar of pro wrestling, if you will. And it's like, or like the who are these podcasts of pro wrestling is basically like what, you know, we're creating, we're riding this new wave, if you will. There's a bunch of creators doing this now, and there's like, we're all getting along and laughing together and having this good time. And all these old, like the Cultaholics, the Wrestle Talks, the Observers, the Fightfuls, they're all fighting with each other and they're all fucking talking shit.
Fucking
they're all getting buried by the fucking, you know what I mean, by WWE and everyone's clowning them all the time. And it's just like, I don't know, dude. It's just a weird time in this IWC world. But to bring it back to JDNY, it's like, bruv, trust me, you're on our team. Like, you're on this wave and you were on it like way a long time ago. And it's okay that you were just putting AEW over optimistically, no matter what they did, because it's like cognitive dissonance. I was the same way for a while too, and people tried to point it out to me, and it didn't really dawn on me. Then it's sort of, well, it did dawn on me sort of the whole time. But like, I always knew like they really needed to get their shit together, right? And I always knew like they were, I don't know, the pandemic just ruined AEW for me. I think that was when it really just was like, all right, they lost the plot. Totally lost the plot. But right before then, they were actually like, okay, if they're towing the line of like, this could either go really bad or really good, they got to keep the momentum. And then obviously I just love pro wrestling. Like, I don't throw on a fucking MLW show I don't throw on OVW to sit there and dissect. Like, I'm okay with people being shitty at wrestling and stuff. I'm not going to bury this and that, but like, you know what I mean? When we're talking WWE and you want to compare it to AEW or TNA, like, this is the cream of the crop, the best of the best in the world. So we're going to critique it just like a Hollywood movie that they spend $100 million on. WWE spending hundreds of millions every year to put fucking Roman Reigns in my face. It better be good. And boy, was his run good. You know what I mean? So if Tony Khan's going to spend 80 million or whatever the fuck it is on Ospreay over 10 years, or he's got an 8-year deal, and it's like $1 million per year with like increases each year or some shit like that. So it's like, that's what I hear. So Ospreay right there, if you're going to spend 10 mil on Ospreay, if you're going to spend fucking 400,000 a year on Riho, you better show me why she's the cream of the fucking crop. You know what I mean? And so that's where the storytelling and Tony Khan being spread too thin has to be called out years ago. So JD from NY, you're welcome on the show anytime. Unblock me. A lot of people still hate on you and are like, bro, I don't agree with shit you say. And even if we disagree, it's not about agreeing all the time. Oh, let's just sit here and agree like two robots who agree. No, it ain't about that. It's just about like good, entertaining, compelling conversations. And yeah, I would fucking it's good that you're waking up and can at least be sensible to like where AEW is at in the grand scheme of, in a comparison to WWE. Why compare it to WWE? Because that's what they do all the time. So when they stop doing that all the time, I'll stop. But when they stop doing that, they officially become TNA, and they know that. Tony Khan knows that deep down. So anyways, here's JD from NY. People were asking me to play this on the show. And here's how AEW struggles to tell logical stories. And it's the truth.
90% of the time, that move's been absolutely fine. Seeing the damage that it's kind of done.
Don't want to get Don Stevens, but he starts seizuring out.
I'm going to retire using the
hella overselling shit.
So Ospreay retires using the move, right? Because it hurt Danielson, and he's fucking seizuring out. And the last time we saw Danielson was him seizuring out after taking this devastating move that Ospreay's going to retire. And now who joins Eddie Kingston and FTR to fight the Elite and Okada.
3 weeks later.
Hold on. We should tip the hat, like, that they're actually, like, banning a move and, like, you know what I'm saying? Put it, like, it's a good angle. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but look, though, but it's not, though, because look what happens.
Danielson since Dynasty, since a match with Will Ospreay. And here it comes.
Elevated.
Danielson, I mean,
So Danielson, bro, like the last time we saw him, he's having a seizure. 3 weeks later, he's on Team Kingston.
On their own dicks.
He's on Team Kingston and FTR, and they're gonna fight an Anarchy in the Arena at Double or Nothing against these guys: Jack Perry, the Bucks, and Okada. So they retire this move. Danielson gets fucking carried off. He's seizuring out. People think it's a real injury. 3 weeks later, he just comes out and he's going to fight in an Anarchy in the Arena match against these 4 guys. Why? Because he's Tony's friend?
His neck.
Because he's on the disciplinary committee? It's so fucking stupid. Wouldn't he with the Bucks or would it, or like, or no, no, I'm here to defend AEW. Okay.
Why are they rushing this? I don't, man.
Doesn't even fit in. He's not even friends with these guys. And the crowd thought it was going to be like Mark Briscoe, right? Because like Eddie Kingston.
Hold on. Who are the 3? I'm drunk. I'm sorry.
Who are the 3 what?
It's Eddie Kingston and who?
FTR and Danielson.
Like,
do you see this?
And fuck that
and
guy.
They're like, is he even cleared? It's like, dude, what the fuck? Like,
oh, it's a fucking turn the lights off match or whatever.
So here's JD from NY. Here's JD from NY. Yeah.
Danielson, we haven't seen since Will Ospreay and the Dynasty match. Why are you plugging him in here when he has nothing to do with the story? Nothing. Why? Because he's Team AEW? He's Tony Khan's right-hand man? This the lasting image. Now we saw Brian. He was convulsing in the middle of the ring.
Like they're just wearing all this AEW merch too. They just love AEW and look at him melting down during AEW. And he gets more hits for this too. But because it's like the cool thing to do.
Of the time that move's been absolutely fine.
Because he took a fucking tiger driver from Will Ospreay.
But he's being a fucking hater. Sorry, guys, my computer's spurging out. But he's being a fucking hater on me for saying this same exact shit, JD. God damn it.
That's the story. I
can't believe
this television until
I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him in an Anarchy in the Arena match now.
The fuck is he doing in an Anarchy in the Arena match?
Hey, like, shut up, you Mark. Look at your fucking
the damage.
No, man. Shout them out and shout out Chi-Town Smark. We have similar names. But yeah, man, goddamn it, he's finally coming around after all this time. And it's like, dude, that's all I was goddamn saying. JD from NY, you blocked me. It's all good, man. But yeah, open door always here for you guys over here at PWT. I'd love to chop it up with you about your now sudden realization of what's going on here. But yeah, sorry, what were you gonna say, Hairline?
Fuck that guy. That guy can fuck off. And his fucking Mark ass friend in the fucking Jack Perry shirt. What the fuck?
Oh Jesus, Hairline just burying everyone. Okay, so Tony Khan.
Y'all.
Tony Khan praises, so Tony Khan was speaking before, and we were just talking about his storylines and all that, and Tony Khan praises AEW promos for feeling like you're hearing a real person talk. So, and then fucking shout out AEW Neckbeard's great friend of the show.
Oh yeah.
Tweets this clip, and this is from the last Dynamite. And it's... okay, so on PWT Live Show, episode 14, this last Wednesday, I was joined by the great Awful Wrestling, and we were watching this live together. And and I said it too. If you haven't yet checked out PWT Live Show 14, I said the same thing. I was like, she seems so cheesy and fake. And Kevin Nash, we played the clip of him burying her ring gear. He's like, her gear looks like I fucking made it. And and Awful asked me, he's like, does it look like Nash made it? And I was like, it fucking does. We were laughing, but her promos are awful, dude. Like Mercedes, I'm sorry, but I'm just keeping it 1,000. Her shit she's been fucking trash in AEW, and they're trying to say she's getting 10 million a year or some shit. Insane. Yeah, will her match be awesome? Hopefully, with Willow, hopefully she doesn't get hurt again. Like, I'm praying to God this pays off some way, because listen how fake this sounds. So Tony Khan is praising AEW's promos for feeling like you're hearing real people talk. Here's Mercedes Mone's promo on fucking Dynamite. Listen how fake and cheesy this sounds. And she wasn't even there. This is like a fucking pre-tape, I'm pretty sure.
Mercedes, we are just weeks away from Double or Nothing. We're going back to Las Vegas, to the very place that AEW started 5 years ago. So it seems fitting that this is where you'll have your first ever match in AEW. I just want to ask, are you ready to face the TBS champion, Willow Nightingale?
Look, we are only just 18 days away from my in-a-ring debut.
She's so fake, dude. You need that WWE filter. Some people need that filter, dude.
For AEW.
Agree.
And
what a waste for Willow.
I am so excited because I'm just
crazy.
So close to making my return to the sport that I love so very, very much. You see, here in AEW is where the best wrestle.
And she's like, yeah, this is where the best wrestle, but you haven't wrestled yet. All you talk about is your money. And then listen to the thing she plugs here. She starts talking about all this shit that she's doing outside of wrestling. And it's just like, well, what are you doing for wrestling?
And I thrive in that spotlight. And I thrive under pressure. And I'm only getting started. You see, tomorrow I'll be sitting courtside.
She's so phony. Holy shit. This is awful.
At the Celtics playoff. And then on Saturday, I'll be throwing out that first pitch for the Boston Red Sox.
She's like, yeah, on Wednesday, I'll be courtside for the Celtics playoffs. And then on Friday, I'll be throwing out the first pitch at the Red Sox game. And it's like, okay, what does that have to do with wrestling, motherfucker? Like, go to WWE and say this shit. If you were in WWE, they would just have like video packages of you doing this shit, and ESPN would be talking about it. No one gives a fuck. You're tweeting out the link where to buy the tickets. Like, people who watch Mandalorian who follow you are gonna come fucking watch this shit. And you're talking about, oh, I can't wait to wrestle. You're not even looking at the camera. And none of this shit has to do with wrestling. And the people you're fucking catering to, oh, we just love wrestling. So then why would this be getting you over? And then you're going to go fight an uber babyface fucking Willow, but you're trying to play the babyface. Everyone's a tweener in AEW. God damn it.
Right.
And when I'm
knock it off.
And why?
I'm not promoting AEW.
Right. Why are you doing JD's stick
every single day? So to answer your question, yes, I am ready for Willow at Double or Nothing. But as far as Willow goes, Willow took something from me that I will never get back. Time. I lost a year of my career, and all
No, you fell off a turnbuckle. Willow never lost your foot. She never injured you. Everyone can see the footage. She fell off the fucking turnbuckle. You saw it when they did the match. Like, I saw it when I watched the fucking match. So it's silliness, man. So speaking more about what are your thoughts, I guess, on Sasha Banks's promo skills, Mercedes Moné's promo skills in fucking AEW thus far? Because all she's done is cut mediocre promos, in my opinion.
So Marv said she has a writer or some shit, and like,
yeah. So Jen Pepperman was hired from WWE. She worked with WWE for like 20 years or some shit, or maybe I'm talking. There's like 15 years or something, and she is working in AEW. She went with Mercedes Moné to AEW to write her promos and write her storylines and shit.
Well, she's awful.
Yeah.
I mean, I see why WWE let her go, dog. What
the fuck? Yeah, dude, for sure. So speaking more about Tony Khan's storytelling and the stories they're doing. So on this past Dynamite, Orange Cassidy, he does this match. They open the show with him. So the Bucks have been invading. They've changed the intro package for the Dynamite and all that shit. So the show kicks off with their package of like the Bucks and Jack Perry and Okada and blah, 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 blah. So like instantly the Bucks turn people away. But then they open the show, no storyline or nothing, just an Orange Cassidy match against Trent Beretta. And apparently Chuck Taylor really is retired. He's like done from wrestling. But here is Bully Ray's. Well, what happened was Trent attacked him, pile drove Cassidy like 3 times in the match. He was fine, still pulled out a win. And then afterwards, Trent Beretta fucking pile drove Cassidy on a steel stairs, and Cassidy no-sold it, dude. Right after, he was standing up, no-selling the fucking pile driver. So here's Bully Ray's thoughts on that awful creative decision on Dynamite.
To have a talent no-sell a pile driver on the steel steps, a teeter-totter neck breaker to the iron frame of the ring, and be back up 10 seconds to 15 seconds later, prepared to defend themselves. Orange Cassidy is 120 pounds, soaking wet, with a brick in his pocket and a feather on the top of his head. But we're to believe he's indestructible? Even the most indestructibles of indestructibles should not be able to withstand that. Orange Cassidy should have been stretchered out, neck in a brace, whatever. Not on his feet. And not defending himself.
Yeah, dude, he should have been stretched out of there.
It was done afterwards and throwing it right out the door. There's got to be legitimacy, credibility to something. If you wanted him to just stand up, why not just give him a regular pile driver? Why not just attack him on the floor and give him a pile driver on the floor? Wouldn't that have been enough? I still would have been pissed, but a lot less pissed if it was just a pile driver on the floor. Because the pile driver on the steel steps is a lot more devastating than the one on the floor, followed up by another move.
So, yeah, man. And, you know, the TV deal or whatever's coming up. And WBD, according to Raj Giri, will soon be undergoing budget cuts. And Bully, by the way, shout out Bully and Busted Open. He's absolutely right. WBD will soon be undergoing budget cuts. According to Bloomberg today, WBD CEO David Zaslav told executives to reduce costs, mostly on the streaming side and marketing and tech, which could bear hundreds of millions of dollars in budget cuts. At the end of 2023, WBD had $44.2 billion in debt with $4.3 billion cash on hand. You have the marks like fucking WWE Real One going, oh, they're going to give all that money to AEW. Like, you really think they're going to do all these budget cuts and they're going to hand Tony Khan 50 or 100 million? They might give him like 25 or so. I don't know. I don't even like to throw numbers around. I've had Evil Dose on. He's breaks it all down and shit. He really digs in and gets to the nitty gritty. So check out Evil Dose and what he has to say if you're into the numbers, or don't, because he triggers a lot of fucking people. Check out maybe Thurston or Andrew Zarian or Raj Giri. But basically, they're undergoing budget cuts, and even Ringside News is saying cost-cutting order for Warner Bros. Discovery could affect potential deal with AEW. The rate they're going, Hairline, man, Tony Khan might end up just like starting his own network or something. He'll have to. Like, where the fuck is this going to go? And Disney's doing a merger with Max. Like, maybe they'll get some money for that, but they're only merging because the money is, yeah. What do you think happens to AEW? Like, do you think they end up on TV or no? Like, do you think they're booted off TV?
I think as long as Tony has money, they will never go away. And he always will have money. So
he always will.
The Tonyverse is forever.
And here's the Young Bucks years ago with Giga Chad, Chris Van Vliet.
Like, I just don't want pictures on the internet of empty seats. That's our biggest thing. Like, we want to.
I like.
This is what the Bucks have to say. I just don't want to. When he's talking about AEW, I just don't want there to be pictures on the internet of empty seats.
Like, I just don't want pictures on the internet of empty seats. That's our biggest thing. Like, we want to plan ahead and be smart about this.
But is it better to sell out a 4,000 seat place or to put 6,000 in a 10,000 seat place?
An economics guy, the finance guy will say 6,000. Yeah. But I don't know.
It's all about perception. The internet's so funny. Like,
I just don't want
God, dude. So like, we're not clowning this to be mean, guys. We're not clowning this to be mean. We're clowning it because it's literally everything that they said is you know what I mean, is fucking what happened, dude. So I don't know, man. And then Tony Khan goes on to say, Tony Khan believes that free agents choose to join AEW over WWE because it's where the best wrestle. We have what I believe is the most exciting matches, and we have great stories happening. We're really a challenger brand. We're fighting against an establishment, Harvey Weinstein, and we've built a huge fan base in a quick time. People that love the fast-paced, exciting action and the interviews at AEW. I think people really feel a connection with the wrestlers. We don't script the interviews here. Time Cop. There's a reason why these big free agents want to come here to AEW. It's because this is where the best wrestle and get free soda waters. Ha ha. So shout out speaking on Cincy 360, and shout out Tony Khan there for I guess his little spiel there. Hairline, what do you think about just the trajectory of AEW currently, man? Like what do you, people are really down on it when you watch it week to week, every week here. Are you excited? Do you like what they're doing with them attacking Tony Khan? Like, are you excited? Are you like, oh shit, they're turning it around? Or is it just same old?
All right, so I enjoy Swerve, even though I think he's over wrestling. You know what I'm saying? He's going to end up injured super early into his title reign. He's not even going to make it to Wembley. You know what I'm saying? Boom. You heard it here first. I like Mariah May. I think Timeless Tony Storm's fucking dope. I think the Young Bucks are doing their best shit ever. Will Ospreay's already fucking ran himself out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, overall, no, it's great.
And Rio's getting $400K.
That's nuts. Oh yeah, can you make a singer?
And so here's Tony Khan in a neck brace saying some more shit.
Oh shit.
Well, I think
this is Tony Khan responding to Kevin Nash, who just has been completely burying AEW lately.
Kevin Nash was a great wrestler, and his opinions on wrestling, I'm not sure I agree with him. Like he's had some takes on Will Ospreay I definitely don't agree with. And I'd be remiss if I didn't bring that up. And I think Will Ospreay is one of the best young wrestlers in the world.
We know.
Really fortunate to have Will Ospreay in AEW. He's been coming in, week out, and working so hard, having great matches.
It's great.
You know, since he debuted, both pay-per-views he's been on, he's been in these classic matches against Takeshita at AEW Revolution and against Bryan Danielson.
Fucking dynamite.
Just over a week ago at AEW Dynasty. I think Will Ospreay is so phenomenal, and I've heard criticisms from Kevin that I don't necessarily agree with about Will. So some of his opinions about current wrestling, I just don't agree with, but I wish him the best.
God damn it, man. What does that mean, current wrestling? Like, it's just like, shut the fuck up. Current wrestling, your shit ain't working. Your shit ain't working, bud. So, like, what is the current wrestling that we're all not in tune with, that you motherfuckers think you understand? That, do you know what I mean? It really drives me nuts. It's really just, it doesn't even make fucking sense.
Where did he address Kevin Nash there? I didn't even catch it because he was plugging so much different shit.
Well, exactly. He just basically said at the end there, like, I don't agree with Kevin Nash's takes on Will Ospreay. I think he's great. He's one of the best. And so shout out at Julian Weeks, who brings up that Ricky Starks here this is the last thing we'll talk about, isn't here for the bullshit. So Wrestle Purist says, well, he was not on television. Ricky Starks was in Jacksonville last week getting checked out by AEW's medical team. Now, if you're keeping up with the story, the learning tree is Jericho, and he took Big Bill away from Starks, and everyone's like, oh, Starks is injured, blah, 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 blah. But Starks says, yeah, because everyone had to do their annual physical in Jacksonville. That's why I was there and not on TV. To ease anyone's mind, I'm not injured, never was. Pick another narrative, please. Because, yeah, it's this narrative that he's always fucking injured. Yeah. Why do you say picking a narrative? So this guy says, why do you say picking a narrative like people got agendas? There was a very scary spot and then you disappeared from TV. It's natural to assume you were hurt. And until now, you never said you weren't. Since you aren't, that's genuinely cool, man. It's always good news when so this Mark just gets super triggered. And then Starks goes, I made sure to clear up I wasn't hurt the night it happened. People followed some list that was spread and ran with that. So it's just like, and then Julian says, Ricky not here for that BS no more. Yeah, dude. Sorry, what was your thoughts? What do you got to say about that?
First off, how cringe is it that he paid for a fucking check mark? Fuck.
Dude, you're just burying everyone. Shout out Julian, man. Julian's the shit.
No, he's not Julian from the trailer park.
But yeah, what about Ricky Starks, man? He's apparently his contract's up in June or something like that. So.
WWE confirmed.
Dude.
He's friends with Cody.
Cornette.
So.
Yeah, dude.
Oh shit! Conan.
Hopefully he shows up there, man. Okay, guys. So I have to get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry we didn't play Dave Meltzer's moment of the week, but Time Cop either.
Hold on. We'll save it for the live stream.
Yeah, the live stream's tomorrow night. PWT Live Show number 15, Saturday night. But the thing is that we're recording this right now. It's Friday, but tomorrow in the morning, Friday morning, you'll hear this. But then later in the night will be the live show, Time Cop. It'll be great. So
Ring of Honor.
Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning into another eclectic edition of PWT Podcast, episode 61. Yeah. And Hairline, man, it was really great to have you back, like Raquel, here to do this again, man. And I'm excited that you're going to be on the live show for any period of time, man. I'm excited for that. Maybe we can all watch Collision together. The good folks, the good PWT listeners, they love a good watch along. So I don't know. We'll figure it all out. I got a hockey game to watch tonight. Oh yeah, it'll be great, bud. And I'm gonna the Edmonton Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks, bud. Two Canadian teams duking it out.
There, bud.
It's gonna be real good. And but Time Cop, by the time you hear this, the game will be over. Haha, this is great. Hairline, it was good to have you, man. We got to shout out the Tribal Chiefs: Gilgamesh, Rouse J, 1199, Sal Dostry, Kyle Mulkey, Joseph Morales, Derek Hans, Liam McBlain, Cruz Madrid, Sask Prophet, Ninja Boy, Savage Wrestling Podcast, Brad Becker, Jamie Earhart, Scully Vibes. And if I missed anybody, I'll get you on the next one. It's been great. The RSS feed has been thirsty for another PWT pod. It's been like 2 weeks, and we'll do another recorded one like Sunday or Monday or some shit. We'll do the live shows are booming, but we got to do more recorded ones because they're really fun and they're you know. And I don't know, Hairline. It'll be super fun to live stream with you tomorrow, but tonight, Time Cop, and round of applause for Hairline, folks, for him being here. And round of applause for you PWT listeners as well, because you guys are the fucking goats. Thank you so much. At Pro Wrestle Times, at Pro Wrestle Clips, both on YouTube, on X, at Pro Wrestle Times, the Patreon down below. All the links are down below. You can see them in the description or in the little ticker moving by there. Hairline. So it's Friday night. I think it's like the 80s or maybe the early 90s. And there's like demons and like a little girl running around a forest with mental telepathy abilities. What's happening over there?